Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Test Press. My name is Brylan May, your illustrious host. I have some of my good friends here, the indie noise rock band Impulse Bangs. Hey,
Clapping
welcome
for
to the show,
ourselves.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having us.
Yeah, I'll just introduce the band real quick. On the slapping the bass, we have Noah Baldwin.
Hello.
The ripping the strings,
Ripping
lead
the
guitarist.
strings. Yeah, people say that.
Yeah, we have Corey Niss. Slapping the skins, as I said, we have Liam Senior. That's your actual last name,
Senior,
right?
but yes.
Senior, okay. And the leader, the head honcho.
CEO.
She gave me special permission to talk to them directly. Normally, I'm not allowed to look at them or speak of them. We have Sophie Horwitz-Hirsch.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
These guys just played a show last night.
True.
How'd the show go?
It was fun. Yeah.
It was good. It was a venue that at first I was like, oh, we're playing in a storage space. But
Playing
it was
in a
actually it's a little closet, but it was actually much like Narnia. There was more space on the inside.
There you go.
It was
but it was good.
Locker.
A little more space. Yeah.
Yeah. The sound quality, I think, was the best of the shows that I've played with the band, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome. Yeah. I couldn't make it to the show last night, but I saw you guys at that place. Do you remember what it was called?
Roguelike Tavern.
Roguelike Tavern. Yeah. That show was fucking awesome.
That was a fun
Thank
show.
you.
Like truly, like I was saying that night, I think it was the best show you guys have ever played, at least that I've seen. Yeah, it was great. So you guys like, obviously the music has always been great. You guys have been good show people, but I think I could feel you're like starting to get more into the music and more into performing. Definitely, if you see these guys on a bill, definitely check them out. So we'll start with the name Impulse Bangs. Where did that where did that come from? First of all, I'll let you answer that.
Where did it come from? So we had a list of like 15 or 20 names.
Yeah.
This was Liam and I were
The
back
OG
then,
members.
members.
We were working at a somewhat defunct comedy website that's now a comedy streaming service.
Oh yeah.
And
I didn't know you worked there also.
yeah, that's how I met Sophie. I was
cool.
working in a department that no longer exists.
See.
And
Damn you, Sam.
yeah.
Sorry.
You mean Uncle Sam, the U.S. and capitalism. No, and they would have what was it, like Thirsty Thursdays or Bar Fridays or whatever?
Bar
Final
Friday.
Friday.
Final Friday. Yeah.
Bar Friday is so
that's
generic.
real creative.
Yeah, but
Friday.
they would just let us drink for an hour and then leave work early. But I remember
That's
you
cool.
you had a Distillers
Yeah,
T-shirt on.
Distillers, yeah.
And I was like, I know that's a band. And then
you were like, oh, I love the Distillers.
I'm gonna tell you right now, never listened to them before like,
You did a good job of pretending.
yeah.
Okay, hey,
And then we just decided to start playing music together, and it was like 4 or 5 months in, I think, and we had like 5 songs that were pretty much ready to go. One of them being our opener, Jordan's Commute, that we play all the time. And someone knocked on the door and was like, "You guys sound fucking great. Do you have a name?" And we hadn't picked a name at that point, and we were like, "No." And he was like, "Oh, that sucks. I'm not gonna be able to find you guys." And then he just left.
See, just like, well, this is the end.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then we decided just to, because the one that everyone was like most okay with was Impulse Bangs. Yeah. So we just went with
Okay.
that and haven't looked back.
And Sophie, I know I've talked to you about this, and you mentioned that when girls hear the name, they think of the true meaning of like getting bangs on an impulse, and then men typically are like, oh, you mean like fucking on an impulse, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
So you guys like bonded, or it seems like you basically gaslit her into thinking you knew Distilleries.
I wanted to play in a band, and I thought this would be the best way is to gaslight a woman.
You got hey, you're in good company. Well,
Great.
But so you guys, like, when did you sort of like did you like start writing songs immediately? Did you kind of like jam out a few times?
Oh my gosh, so long ago.
You had
I
like
had
3
like a
songs.
few. I had
Yeah.
just like a few ideas. And then Jordan wrote Jordan's Commute.
That
Yeah.
was actually going to be one of my questions. So Jordan's Commute, it came from him.
Yeah.
So he was the one driving back to you.
So no, so he wrote like the guitar part.
Okay.
And the lyrics. I was living on the west side at the time, and we were practicing on the east side.
Oh,
so
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a few song ideas ready to go, and then we did a lot of writing together.
Yeah, that second album is like you and I bashing our heads against the wall and like coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
And then this was all during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was like setting recordings back and forth. We'd meet up for a long time and just get as much done as we could, and then not meet up for like months. Yeah, because people were dying.
We formed the in like August of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And had like our
wonderful time.
Oh yeah, our
first show.
First show was going to be at the Mint on like March 15th, 2020.
Yeah.
And we obviously all the bands dropped out, and then the pandemic happened, and then we wof like, do we still do this? And then we ended up recording at some random dude's house and made that first album, Snip.
Yes.
And then kind of like barreled our way through the second and third album.
Yeah, just doing it like at our apartments.
And then after we finished the fourth one, that's when Noah joined the band.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The first show that we played with Noah is also where we met Corey, because it was
that was your first show with him?
The show at the Mint. Oh, well, it was the first show with me because I kept getting sick.
We did a trial run. We played at the Escondite downtown. Escondite. And Liam was out sick.
I had kidney stones.
Yeah, he had
That's
kidney
what's up.
stones. And,
it was super what's up.
It was super
It was super lit.
I love when my corporeal form tries to kill me.
But no, yeah, like the first show as like a full band was the Mint, and we played with Corey's other band, the Dudes.
Yeah.
And loved them. And just kind of kept in touch after that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then we needed a guitarist, and Corey was like, Superman pose. I'll do it.
Yeah.
We were like, wow, where'd you get that gig?
Yeah. Corey's really fucking good at guitar. He's a humble guy.
Thank you.
He's fucking. Okay, so you met that because that was the first show that I saw you guys at.
Correct.
Was that show with the Dudes. I was there I knew Corey from work, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to be playing this show with the Dudes. So that's funny that it was like the first time y'all met, and
it's the first time the five of us were all in the same room.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn.
And this will be the last time.
Yeah, because of the...
You just hear the door lock
exactly.
from the outside.
Gas starts coming in.
Oh, my God. So you started writing songs, like, pretty quickly. Like, do you remember, like, a specific moment where you were like, this is our sound? Like, did you guys sort of try out some different sonic aesthetics, or, like, did you kind of have it down from the very beginning?
I think we kind of had it down. I have I had my overdrive pedal, and that's basically it.
I hadn't played the drums in like a decade.
Yeah, so Liam was kind of like a little shaky
relearning.
at first.
Yeah. So
yeah, we kind of like haven't changed much, honestly.
I would say the only big thing is that we've gotten less surfy. Because I used to do the doom gut doom like that was my go-to.
Yeah.
Like some Best Coast kind of stuff?
Yeah, Best Coast. But like I say we've gotten grungier, or like we've stayed a consistent.
We've definitely gotten better.
Yeah, we've definitely gotten
Maybe
better.
that's just what it is.
We don't suck dick anymore.
Yeah.
We're
like I had my one pedal.
Now you have like what, 4?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. Big time.
I don't do much, but like it's hard playing guitar, hitting the pedals, singing. It's a lot.
How does Reggie Watts do it?
I actually know Reggie Watts. I didn't go to the party. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You could have met Reggie Watts.
Could have met him.
You fucked up, man.
One time I was in New York and I saw him in the street, and someone asked him for a picture, and he went no, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude, Reggie is he's literally, like, people say this a lot. He's the chillest person I've ever met.
I've never seen
up.
someone like not let someone down, but just very chilly be like, I'm not in the mood for pictures right now. And everyone was like, that's okay. No one feels uncomfortable.
Yeah. He's like, he could say he could tell you your dog has like 2 days left to live, and you'd be like, well, you know, everyone's got to go sometime.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love Reggie. He's an awesome dude. So I feel like that's pretty rare. A lot of, bands kind of struggle to find their sound early on, but you guys were kind of like on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I think so. I also know what I like. And going in, I knew what I wanted. And that hasn't changed at all. I think I've just I think we've all gotten better at achieving that.
But I feel like your songs have been so consistently put together. Like that's what I feel like. Is as a songwriter, everything feels like it takes a while, but everything eventually feels like fully realized, and it feels like we take your vision and make it, possible.
Yeah,
it's a very collaborative process.
I'll bring in an idea. Maybe it's even just like a chorus or something, and then we all...
Or it's a full song. Like sometimes
depends.
It's a full demo.
Yeah, it could go anywhere from like I've written every single part and I'm a crazy person to like maybe this chord. Like let's just try this out. And we all pitch in and make it sound
That's
better.
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think the addition of Noah and Corey, like I don't know how much writing you guys have done, because Corey is a very new addition to the band. What, like officially like a couple weeks, right?
Couple months,
yeah.
right?
A couple months, sorry.
Yeah.
But I would say that Noah, like, we weren't necessarily in a rut before Noah, but we were definitely like banging our heads against the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
It was hard to keep a bass player down. We had one bass player that just flat out disappeared.
I feel like for some reason that happens with bass players specifically.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. Like I know they're not very important, but no, I'm kidding.
What the fuck?
I'm joking, man.
Noah's extremely important.
No, Noah.
We practiced last week without him, and it was rough.
I was going to get into this a little bit later, but like, like the fucking energy that you bring to the bass is like I've never seen a bassist get as into the music as you. Like truly,
we like I was saying, we weren't necessarily in a rut, but getting Noah definitely like started the second phase of the band.
And like Noah has written, I think, like probably my favorite songs of ours.
Oh,
and
like what?
Added, Dig In.
Okay.
And Self Assured.
Okay.
And a new one that I'm not gonna say because it's coming out.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
But yeah, I do like Noah is such a good songwriter, and also like just like what you were saying, like brings a really strong energy to the bass that I think we needed. Yeah,
because I feel like a lot of basses just kind of like stand there and just like. But like Noah's fucking rocking out, like I love the ending that you guys do, like the big rock ending, and like I remember the last show I went to, like he was like scraping the bass on a table, like shit,
with
like
a candle,
playing it with a candle, like that shit is so cool.
Well, like I love all the bass players that are like kind of showmen too, like a Lemmy. Or John Doe of X, that's like he's you think he's just the bass player, but like
like Flea,
like all these guys that are just real showmen.
I mean, you gotta hand it to him. He's a good, yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about Flea.
It's so funny. Like I know Corey pretty well at this point, and I can like read his facial expressions and like.
Not a fan of the Chili Peppers, Corey. Not a fan of
I'm
Glendale.
I'm not a massive Pepperhead either. To be fair,
I like some Chili Peppers, older Chili Peppers.
Other Side is a great song.
Okay, maybe controversial Chili Peppers opinion. My favorite Chili Peppers album is One Hot Minute, the album they had with Dave Navarro.
I love One Hot Minute. Chili Peppers were my favorite band when I was 13.
Oh wow!
So right. That's when it's supposed to be.
Okay. Yeah.
It's weird going to see them live and being like, there are a lot of guys in their 40s here.
Yeah.
But now, they'll always have a special place in my heart, but it's also really fun to make fun of Anthony Kiedis for basically going, bing bong, de-bong, Glendale.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, it's such a meme. It's like, it's almost like it's not even disrespectful. It's like, maybe a little bit, but, it's like, it's just, it's just funny. Like, it's objectively funny for like, a 60-year-old man to be on stage and be like bing dong at the bong like
it's crazy.
With his like 19-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
We don't
read
love that.
Have you read his biography?
I have not.
It's fucking wild.
He like literally admits to raping an underage girl. It's so crazy.
But in a way where you're like, hey man, you're
Jesus
writing
Christ.
The book. Like
you don't have to admit
the editor can be like, maybe we take this out of the book. But yeah, he also had sex with his dad's girlfriend. It was his dad's idea.
So see us on tour with the Chili Peppers next summer.
And then he tried
I take back that stuff I said about liking the album.
Yeah, it's the worst album I've ever heard.
Garbage.
He tried to pitch a TV show to HBO that was about him and his dad, and I think HBO was like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Like, maybe not.
Maybe no.
Oh, shit.
What were we talking about?
What were we talking
You can't bring up the Red Hot Chili Peppers around Sophie and I, or we just start listing the crimes.
It gets bad.
Oh, my God. That's fucking crazy.
Well, I have to say, too, I mean, like, when I joined, I hadn't played music in a really long time. I played in bands and in high school and in college, and kind of had a dry spell for a bit. And then I met Sophie through mutual friends, and she was like, "Yeah, I play in a band with a guitar." And I was like, "Oh, it'd be so sick to play with her." And I've mainly been like a guitar player, drummer, and have kind of played bass a little bit. But once I saw they needed a bass player, I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play the bass. And so and it just helped too that the songs were really good, and the songs were actually, because sometimes you'll like join a band and you'd be like, oh, like the music's all right, but it's not like, I just want to play. It just helps so much. They're writing great songs, so it was really easy to get into it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's surprising because it feels like bass is your main instrument. Like not shitting on your chops on other instruments. You're really good at the other instruments. I've heard you play guitar and drums. You're really good, but you have a unique kind of like sound and energy on the bass.
Yeah, like I thought that that's surprising for me to hear as well. I thought the same thing. Like I thought like you sound like someone who had been playing the bass since they were like like 3 or 4, maybe not that early, but you know what I mean.
The illusion.
I think some people, because like sometimes you can tell when a bass player was the third worst guitarist and they just put him on the bass.
Yeah,
but sometimes there are some people who are just like ambidextrous when it comes to guitar and bass and like just understand the distinct how different they are as instruments.
Yeah,
I think Noah is one of them.
So in terms of you guys have a defined sound that sort of. Let's see. I'm gonna play a little something for folks. Let's play Jordan's Commute.
Ooh,
why not?
It's like the first song we ever recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The quality is gonna be
we're gonna do the remastered version.
We remastered it.
I think so. We did. Wow, we played a lot faster than this.
We do.
I love the scream.
This one sounded good last night.
Yeah.
Coldwater is backed up, driving back to you. There's nothing you can do.
So that's a little sample of what you guys do. And that was one of the first songs you recorded?
I think it was the first.
Oh, wow.
I think so too. The one thing I remember is when Jordan brought it to us, the chorus was the verse and the verse was the chorus.
Yeah.
And I did the like drop the on the Facebook and was like switch them around. I was smoking 3 cigars at the time or something. I fucking love that song. I play a completely different drum part now.
Yeah. That's crazy. I haven't heard that song in like years, and it sounds so different when we play it live now. It's cool.
Oh yeah, no, it was like because it sounds like you just recorded this in a house basically, right? Yeah. I mean, but it's like it almost like you can definitely tell it sounds like that, but not in a bad way. You know, like
it's scrappy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like very scrappy. Yeah, but like the energy is there, like which is the most important part. Like the idea of the song comes through. It's like if it's not like super hi-fi, I feel like because like tools are so readily available now, like people spend almost a little too much time.
Totally, yeah.
Thinking about like it has to be like super crisp and sound like it was mixed on an SSL, and it's like. As long as the idea of the song comes through and the energy, like that's really what people care about. Like, they're not going to care if there's like a 2K notch, on, the guitar or, it's like the average person doesn't give a fuck about that or even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Average person is listening to, like lo-fi beats playlist on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all made by AI, so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, the way we recorded that first EP was so like prehistoric compared to our last
prehistoric.
Yeah, there was like a old bird was on a vinyl and it went, "It's a living." Like it was very prehistoric.
But and like, you know, we did all of it ourselves, and the new album definitely sounds way better, but I do like listening back to that. I don't mind it. I think it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I guess like it's scrappy is a great word for it.
I still listen to All My Friends. I love listening to that one. I like that album a lot.
That was our third?
It's our second release, but our first like
Cardio Killer.
Yeah,
it's all.
That's where Cardio Killer comes from.
I love Cardio Killer.
All right, I was gonna say let's play some Cardio Killer.
Absolutely.
I think that's my favorite song you've ever written.
Really?
It's so good.
We played it live recently once, and I think
I can't do it live.
It's hard to do live for Sophie, but
I can't do it live.
But what I loved is that you started it super slow, and then right when like the drum breakdown happens, you looked at me with this look of disgust on your face, and you were just like, "Make this faster!" immediately. I actually think it sounded really good, starting really slow and then getting really fast. I think that was cool as hell.
All right, here's a little snippet of Cardio Killer. Love the tone, like the fuzzy. Yeah.
I know, I can never replicate that ever again because I know, I had someone like figure out exactly how to do it for me. Can't do it. I guess I could ask him, but.
They're a hard person to nail down.
Yeah.
The chorus of this song is just so great. Like it's equally delicate, but also so off the rails, just like falling apart almost. It's really cool. I don't think we've been able to replicate that since, you know. Here comes the best part.
Ooh, I like that lyric there.
It gives me chills every time.
Yeah.
That is a fucking awesome song. Yeah, it really is. So
I'm glad people like it. I never know when I'm writing stuff, so it's cool to know.
Oh yeah, you can never tell when you're writing a song if this is good or if this is shit. And then you play it so many times where you're like, I can't like.
I
you
still
play it
don't
for
know.
yourself, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So what was like the inspiration of that song?
So people ask me this question all the time, not about this song, but just in general, and I really like. Honestly, the words just rhyme, and like, I think they sound cool. I know it's not like a fun answer, but I guess when I'm writing songs, I usually do the guitar parts first, and then I'll hear like syllables or like a phrase over it, and then I'll just build off of that. It's not always like connected to my like personal life.
Yeah, that I kind of write, I think kind of in a similar way. Like I hear more of like a rhythm or like the syllables and like the words sometimes. Like I'll usually if I start a song with lyrics, I'll think of just like a singular line, like for the chorus or something. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But like I have trouble sometimes like building around that idea.
Yeah, same. I've only ever done that one time, and it was because Noah wrote lyrics to Best Supporting Actress that I like,
which we'll talk about
with
later.
A little bit, but it worked really well when someone else gave me like the lyrics idea, and then I could like figure out what.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not good at doing it the other way around myself, but yeah.
I also kind of feel like not put upon the spot, but it's like it's weird when someone asks you your songwriting process because it's like I don't remember. The song is here now. It used to not be here, but it's here now. It exists. It's in my notes app. It's in my brain. Yeah. But it's like I don't like I write a bunch of other stuff and I'm trying to remember like how it's so hard to remember why I wrote a song for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Other than I was just like I was feeling in this mood one day.
Yeah,
and
it's like I was just
the F chord sounded fucking good.
Yeah.
The classic example is that when Paul McCartney wrote Yesterday, he wrote the music first, and the only lyrics he could come up with was like saying scrambled eggs over and over again.
Yeah.
And then you listen to the lyrics of Yesterday, and it's like a very beautiful song, but at one point it was just his breakfast.
Right.
So like, you know,
right,
like,
you're right.
Like I think, then you hear the other things where it's like Rihanna wrote Pond to Replay in 30 minutes, just like,
yeah,
because she was like, I don't know, bored or under contract, and you're like, how the fuck do you do? Or you hear about the rappers that come in and they'll like, all right, play a beat, and they'll make like the most amazing song. They're like, nah, I didn't like that. Play the beat back, and they'll do another take, and it's like a different but the most amazing song.
Yeah.
And then they have like 16 incredible songs over the same beat, and he's like, don't release any of them. They're all garbage. Like,
yeah.
It's some
I think
people
Jay-Z
are just
like wrote a lot like that.
Juice WRLD, same thing. Like a lot of those guys just like come up with a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just you have a good idea and you run with it.
I want to hear about your guys', because I know I've spoken to Corey a lot. So we'll start with Noah. What was your like sort of musical journey like? You know, did you start songwriting first and then pick up the instrument? Was the other way around?
Yeah. Well, I remember I got a just crappy guitar from like, you know, a friend from elementary school was like moving out of his house and was just giving his stuff away, and would just like bang around on it and be like, look, I made a new song. It's called Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you know, something like that. And I had
so
called
sorry,
Brick.
That's Brick by Penfolds 5. I'm 9. I wrote Brick.
I was like, guys, look, I wrote Moonlight Sonata.
By the way, I've determined that is the funniest song to sing at karaoke.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it immediately just destroys the mood.
It's the most
so bad.
unintentionally funny song just because everyone knows what it's about and it's fun to reference.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's great.
Exactly. Anyway, sorry.
No. So, you know, I had always kind of played with it, but then kind of stopped for a while. I went to like a performing arts high school.
Ooh, fancy.
In Oakland.
Was it for music or was it for...
It was for like theater.
For theater.
Theater
You're a
arts.
secret theater kid.
Mm-hmm. Secret theater kid. So I'd always loved being
Exposed.
Damn, this is getting to the deep.
Sondheim.
But it was funny. My brother is actually an amazing guitar player. Harrison Flynn. He plays a lot of like blues rock, country inspired, you know, awesome stuff. He actually played with us.
He's done 2 shows with us.
Yeah, a couple shows. And he was in like a band foundry kind of thing. And their lead singer and guitar player left. And he's like, do you want to just come in and try it? And I'm like, I've never done this before. So I went in and did that. And then we were this band, Brave Ulysses, for a couple years.
That's a good name.
Yeah, my brother's a huge Cream
I was going
to
say.
Yeah.
So
he's
he was
either
like,
a huge Cream fan or a huge James Joyce fan.
We were going to be like Sergeant X or like some dumb thing. And he was like, oh, Brave Ulysses sounds cool. So we did that for a long time. And that's kind of where I got the bug of just like performing live. Because that's my favorite part of it is the live aspect of it. But from there, you know, just started writing songs. And, you know, you got to write 100 shitty songs before you get one that's like, oh, this is kind of decent.
Sure, yeah.
So that was kind of an exciting portion of it. It's just like, oh, maybe this might be something cool. And then, you know, just played in college in different bands. And then
You've played Gilman before, right?
A lot.
You played a lot.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, Gilman is a very iconic punk venue in the Bay Area.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where Green Day started and Op Ivy. You know, a lot of really famous sort of East Bay punk bands started there.
So that's a good segue. Like, what do you like both? You can do both personally. Like, who are your biggest musical inspirations, and you know who in your mind is like the biggest inspiration for what you bring to Impulse Bangs? We'll start with Noah.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think for me, like I said, I love the kind of like showman bass players. So I think the biggest inspiration for me is probably like John Doe of X. Is just such a badass.
Is that his legal name? Or is that a pseudonym?
I don't think that's his legal name.
I think it might be a legal name. Yeah. Come on.
That's awesome. That's such a great stage name.
Yeah, John, it's so awesome. Well, he's a great guitar player and singer and bass player, and so I feel like that's where I draw a lot of inspiration from. Like on on the song Keira Knightley live, I don't think we did it on the record, but John's known for doing this like doom, boom, boom, boom. And so I did that on Keira Knightley, and it just
you did. Oh my god.
So that's I'm a huge John Doe X fan. Yeah, that's kind of mine.
just in general as a guitar player, Jimmy Page.
Of course.
The riff
I
king.
mean, yeah. Undisputed riff king.
Easily.
Yeah, I mean, I became like very obsessive about learning Led Zeppelin songs in high school, and just like sunk a lot of time into that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not like really breaking any new ground by saying he's a good guitar player or anything, but to me it still has like a quality that I don't think anyone's ever like replicated. There's just something about the way he plays guitar that I really like a lot. But yeah, I mean, as far as like other influences, I mean, I like Nirvana obviously was like a huge influence on me, like one of the first bands that like as a young person I got into really heavy on my own. And then Neil Young.
Oh,
good answer.
Yeah, great.
Uncle
That's
Neil.
a very good answer. Yeah.
As like a musician, because I play guitar is my main instrument, drums are probably like my second. I'm a big Jeff Rosenstock fan. I really like his whole approach to the music industry and his like, his belief that there is like a better version that is possible for musicians to actually make a living off of and stuff like that. I also just think he's a great songwriter, and and then other guitar influence probably be Kurt from Nirvana is a huge influence on all of us, I think. As far as drums, like, I know we joke about it, but like everything I do, I'm ripping off Chad Smith. Like I'm just stealing from him or Dave Grohl. Like I'm all the time.
I think a lot of drummers are stealing from Dave Grohl.
Oh yeah, and which means that we're all just stealing from disco guys, because he's famously been like, I just stole from the Gap Street Band and Gap Band. Yeah.
We were kind of talking about this the other night at the last show that I went to. Like, all art is basically just like people stealing from people stealing from people stealing.
Oh, yeah.
Like.
Yep.
But then I really like the Death Grips drummer Zach Hill, even though I try not to play like him, obviously, because it's like that's a very specific style of just
yeah, it's crazy.
But like that level of like discipline and energy, I think is really important to like what I bring behind the kit.
Cool. What about you, So?
I grew up listening to The Breeders a lot.
Ooh.
I think that really like struck a chord with me, and
Music fun.
Haha. And then like Pixies, like my dad kind of got me into like Liz Phair, PJ Harvey's like first couple albums. So as a kid, I really liked that stuff, and then even like, man, it must be like 20 years now I've been listening to that stuff, and I still get something out of it every time. So I think those are probably the main, like Veruca Salt, have all had really big influences on my songwriting, and not so much like I'm not so much thinking about it in terms of like guitar and like technical playing abilities, but just the emotion and the like lack of lack of like electronic help. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
like,
I know what
like
you mean.
that kind of like raw, like
the raw sound.
The raw sound, but it's not sloppy sounding. It's as I love the balance of like really tight and put together, but but just
right. Sloppy, not in playing, but in sound.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just like 90s, honestly. Like it's just the 90s.
No, I know what you mean. Like, because it is a fine line to walk between just like sounding like shit and like sounding very organic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's something that to me is like one of the most important things about our band is like I never want to get to where we're like sampling or like relying too heavily on electronics. Not that I like think there's anything wrong with that. I just don't identify with that at all.
Somebody last night at the show was like, "Do you guys play to a backing track?"
Oh, yeah,
and we were like, "No, we don't do that." And he's like, "I swear to God, it sounds like there's like another melody
wow
under you as you play, and that's really cool."
I didn't hear that. That's awesome.
We've talked about some of your guys' favorite impulse bang songs, such as Cardio Killer. I want to talk about my favorite song by you guys, which is Stress Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
It was my 12th most played song this year.
Whoa.
Nice. Yeah. But yeah, that if I have one request, I would like to hear Stress Dreams live at some point.
I think I learned this song, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we never play this live.
No, never.
Dum 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 dum.
I've never heard this song. This is very different.
This chorus, I fucking love this chorus.
I think we can pull this off.
I think so too.
Try it.
Yeah, for some reason, I just fucking that chorus melody is just so fucking. It's just so syrupy, it's just so I love it. Do you remember much about writing this song, or?
Honestly, I don't.
Because I was just going to ask about the boxing metaphor, because the first verse is that metaphor kind of continues to the whole first verse. If you don't remember, that's fine. I mean, you've written a lot of songs.
That was a weird year because we did 2 albums that year. We did that and Best Songs for a Girl. But if memory serves, Headshots, the sort of unifying thing was that we were completely stressed out. I think I feel like a lot of the songs are Headshots are just a lot of paranoia and stuff like that. We recorded it in a room in fucking Pirate Silver Lake in 2 hours, at least for the drums. I feel like that was our scrappiest recording yet because we didn't have LaForest.
Yes.
Okay.
He was the guy who helped us record our first 2 albums, and we were like, we're gonna try doing this on our own. And it was the first EP we released that year. It took almost a year to get out, and then we did Headshots in 2 months, maybe. From July to, we released the best supporting song or best songs for a girl in July, and Headshots came out in December. So I think from August to December we were just working on Headshots. I remember fucking nothing.
Yeah, that was a fast turnaround. I honestly don't even remember what songs are on that album. We were just going.
Is that kind of cool to hear that music you don't even really remember resonated with?
For sure.
Oh, absolutely. It's the best. It's it's so strange because it's you put all of this love and care into the songs when you're writing them, and then 6 months later you're like, I would shoot this song in the face if I could. I hate it. Right. And it's nothing to do with the quality of the song. It's just I'm so sick of going back and listening to these drums over and over again. I'm going insane.
Yeah.
I think the album sort of became about how crazy we were going, trying to figure out how to get everything to sound right.
Yeah.
Which is why for the next album we got some other people involved.
That was we tried to do it ourselves. We put it out. I don't think we did not that it sounds bad or anything, but we're just not experts on this, and it was stressful. And it was I was working a full-time job, trying to figure this out, having band practice once a week.
We would just go over to Sophie's house and just listen to stuff on my laptop and be like, all right, let's quantize all the drums just hand by hand.
Yeah. So maybe that song's about being stressed about the album.
I think it is. I think the problem with Headshots is that we grew to hate it a little bit because of how much we tried to do.
By the end I was like, I can't listen to another one of these. Let's just put it out. I don't
think we ever played Stress Dreams live.
No.
I think the only thing that we is Never Said off of Headshots. Yeah. I think that was the only one that we held on to for a while, and we don't play that anymore. Yeah. We
also just weren't playing many shows.
We were not playing shows.
Point.
We weren't playing shows at that point. But like, I'm sure we can bring back Stress Streams. That doesn't seem like too hard of a song.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'd like to. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that's my favorite song by you guys. Yeah, I'd love to hear it live. Obviously, you don't have to, but
we'll do it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'll bully you to it.
All right. Well, you guys said you like games, right? So I thought of a fun little game for us to play. Game is called Bad Taste. Get the music fun. Thank you. So we got 2 wheels. We got a wheel for I'm gonna spin the wheel and pick one of you to answer a question.
Cool.
No, I was already nervous. And then there's the other wheel with questions on them.
Cool.
And
so there's 2 wheels.
There's 2 wheels.
So it's a bicycle.
It's a bicycle. Let's see who's answering this first question here.
I hope it's Sophie.
I hope it's Sophie too.
I think it'd be really funny.
Cool.
Corey. It's the man Corey.
Woo!
All right, Corey.
All right, bring it on.
What is your social security number?
Yeah, what is your
eat
social
this
security
praying
number?
mantis?
All right. Oh, and there also is an oh no space, which we will we'll go over if that you don't want that. Oh, that was something. Okay.
That was something.
What's the worst band you guys have ever played with?
Ooh, damn.
Now you don't have to answer it. You can just do your shot of soy sauce.
Okay, I don't remember their name, and I don't think anyone will be able to figure it out by this. But the band that played after us at the Smell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought they were trash.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think you left, right?
I left.
You saw them, right? You were there.
I was there. We left it was not great. It was not great.
Yeah, I really don't remember their name.
I do.
I do too. Yeah.
Okay,
well, I feel like you, in the spirit of the game, you kind of have to say the name.
I don't. He has to say it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have to say anything. I didn't spin. And he doesn't know it.
You genuinely don't remember their name?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
You can look up the poster.
Right, you can. I'm sure if someone really wants to figure it out, you can figure it out.
Yeah, it was about a month ago at the Smell. They played after us.
Oh, okay.
And it was. You were there?
Yeah, it was. I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah. It wasn't Jacob the Horse. They played after
Jacob
that
the
band.
Horse.
They were great.
All right, let's see who's next up. Liam.
Fucker.
No, it's Noah. Great. All right. Okay. You will be
so it's different foods per level?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, level 2 is not that bad, but it gets pretty crazy pretty fast. We'll say that. Oh, level 3.
Oh, wait, we're not doing the treats.
That's not good. That's not good.
What the fuck is happening?
Okay, so for level 3,
is it which one he thinks is the prettiest?
For level 3, you can either eat. I'll say you have to take a bite of a raw habanero.
Oh, okay.
Habanero pepper.
Okay. He's good at spicy stuff.
Yeah, you strike me as someone that's done something like that before.
A shot of clam juice.
Oh.
Or a whole sardine.
Oh, whole sardine. Whole sardine.
Sardine? Okay.
A whole sardine.
All right.
Sounds delicious.
Some people
Nice
do
and
that.
salty.
Easy.
Okay. Sure, the music is the most important thing. We all know that. But looks do play a part in making it big.
Got it.
Rank the members of Impulse Bangs
yes!
from most to least attractive.
Oh my God, Brylan, you madman. Eat a sardine. Eat a
Pull out the
sardine.
sardines.
Okay, we're gonna eat
Pull
the
out the
sardines,
sardines.
folks.
That's awesome.
You're all beautiful.
For the record, first, second, and third myself.
Oh God. Let's see here. We got some sardines. I'm gonna get.
I love sardines.
Really?
I do.
Do you like anchovies also?
I do.
Yeah. I didn't realize you were a tin fish guy.
Yes, I love tin fish.
I was thinking about getting into tin fish this year.
And
It's the
paper
time to
towel.
do it.
Just in case, I don't want.
Apparently very healthy for you.
I don't want to, get anything on.
Get some iron.
A lot of
Tin-
omega-3s.
Any tin fish for you, Sophie?
I like
I'm,
tin fish. Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of in the minority here, I guess, with Brylan. This would strike me as a punishment.
Oh, this is not good.
Are they like 3-day old?
I mean, they're from a. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Give that over to me.
Okay.
Slurp that buddy
All
up.
right. Oh!
Look at that.
Nothing.
Like it was nothing. Here's a paper towel for
Fucking
you.
excellent
Those
job.
are good sardines, too.
Are they Trader Joe's?
Refusing. I'll
It's
try one.
Chicken of the sea.
Try a little bit.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's honestly not bad.
It's salty. It's just
Yeah,
salt.
it just if you like fish, it's just, you want to try one?
No.
No, I'm good.
But thank you.
He might actually throw up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was really not that bad.
Easy.
I'm gonna put this back in here.
This isn't that hard. This is fine.
Yeah, I
it's
think
not gonna be eating
I
poop.
think I ate. I think if when I do this again with people, I'm gonna have to ramp up the badness.
I don't know. Cat treats sound pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. All
Chef
right,
is
we got
Sophie's cat.
50-50.
Liam and Sophie left.
Let's do this. Liam. Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be a squeaker.
Oh, it's Liam.
It's me.
Oh, we got Liam. All right. See what Liam's got to do. Oh, level 1. Come on,
man.
Easy.
What is it?
Don't go on Twitter. Okay, this is
This
is a pretty easy one. For this level, the choices are we'll do a bite of a jalapeno,
Sure.
or a spoonful of baby food.
Gross.
Okay, what do you want?
Probably bite of a jalapeno.
Okay, all right. So, let's see here. Okay, rank these artists with very dedicated online fan bases from most to least talented.
Easy.
Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, or Beyonce?
Beyonce most talented, Lana Del Rey second, Taylor Swift third.
Okay.
Done.
That's
Easy.
Done.
Swifties are.
Fucking come for me. Fucking find me.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What are they
Gonna
gonna
be
do?
waiting in the parking
what
lot.
are they? Yeah. What are they gonna? What
Dude,
are they
they're
gonna
gonna
do?
find your house.
And do what?
It's some
What, do they
some
want?
people.
Do they want my credit card debt? It's all theirs. They can have it.
Some people are very afraid of the Swifties.
What,
I'm kind of in the same
Not
boat
us.
as you. It's like
Impulse Bang will take on the Swifties any day of the week.
any fucking
Name
day.
name the place.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
3 o'clock.
Sophie.
All I have to do is play them the worst song I've ever heard, and they'll start crying about how meaningful it is to them. The fight is over.
Oh my god.
The fight's done.
All right. Just so you know,
This guy's a huge
I don't
Taylor
hate
Swift
Taylor.
fan.
I don't hate Taylor Swift. Okay. So
Boring
don't come
music.
for me. Come for this guy. All right. Well, Sophie, you were the last person.
All right.
So that means you have to spin the wheel of only level 3 choices.
What are the food choices for this?
Okay, so for level 3, you got he already took the sardine, so you either got the shot of clam juice or a habanero.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
And you like
Clam
you don't
juice.
you don't have
I'm
to
like a wimp with spicy food, but I will go with the habanero.
Okay. And to be nice, the oh no is on this. The oh no, by the way, is everything that I brought mixed together.
Oh, no!
So
Dude,
I'm not.
classic cafeteria.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
concoction.
going to make you do that. So
Thank you.
yeah, I'm not going to make you do that. Oh, a den of scum. Bill, this one. Well,
Oh, I
um,
think I can guess, but
yeah. Well, you guys like to play shows and get booked, right? What's the worst venue you've ever played at?
what is the worst venue?
Well,
you've ever played
okay,
at?
I'll say in terms of sound, I
You don't have to answer this.
No, I will. In terms
Okay.
of sound, I thought the sound at the smell was really hard for me. I'm not saying that the sound was bad or anything, but being on stage without fancy in-ear monitors, it was a big room, no one came, so it was super echoey, no carpet or anything. Really couldn't hear myself at all. I could hear Liam a lot. There was
Hell yeah.
there was a
A loud
buzzing,
drumming behind you.
I don't know. I don't even know if buzzing is the
yeah.
right word, but it was this machine vibration noise coming. I didn't know where it was coming from. So yeah, maybe the smell. The outside, the parking lot going in through the back door was scary. There were
there was a big
needles
It
on the
vampire.
is.
ground.
Yeah, there's a vampire back there.
No.
You'll smell bad by this dumpster.
I
The
love
dumpster smelled like dog
the
shit.
smell as a community,
Oh, sure.
as a
yeah.
place.
LA icon.
As a concept.
Playing on the
a
stage,
concept.
the sound,
Yeah.
from my opinion, was difficult to play.
That's that's like the most Sophie answer I've ever heard.
I'm trying to think of what
it was challenging. That was the game. Bad Taste.
Ooh,
you guys were
right.
the first ever to play it. You made it.
Thank
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make it a little. I'm gonna have to up the choices for the next. The next people are fucked.
Yeah, next people
are.
Yeah,
yeah.
We got it easy.
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna straight up have human feces as level 2 on the next game.
Level 2.
Yeah.
Human flesh is level 3.
Yeah, human flesh is
long pig.
Yeah. The oh no is you have to eat a live cat.
No.
I'm kidding. I love kitties.
Yeah, it's a cat we found at Craigslist that wants to die.
It's consensual.
It's consensual cannibalism.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it wants to end its life. So who
really
are we
sad.
Okay, so before we get out of here, I want to go over your guys' most recent release. It was called Best Supporting Actress. I think it's an incredible fucking record. So I'm just going to start us out by playing a little snippet of my favorite song, which is the title track, Best Supporting Actress. That guitar tone, fucking amazing.
My favorite part of the song is the little lead lick in the chorus. The
That's yeah.
Oh right.
It's in there in the background.
So that was Best Supporting Actress, the title track from Impulse Bang's most recent release, Best Supporting Actress. So I think what I've noticed the most about this release as compared to your guys' past ones, I mean, your past ones were cohesive, certainly, but this one has such a consistent mood and like all the songs, like it feels more like, you know, it's like almost like you're kind of listening to one song, you know, I mean, like one big song. So where did like sort of the aesthetic of this album come from?
Where did the aesthetic come from? Well, sound-wise,
we
paid someone to mix for us, and that made a huge difference.
Bo, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Bo.
Shout out Bo, man.
So that is why the songs sound so cohesive and like similar in that way. I think vibe-wise, like this is I think one of the first albums where every single band member, Corey wasn't in the band yet, but at the time, every single band member contributed at least one song that was like their idea. Yeah. Everyone helped out with the songwriting process, and it all came together to create, a more cohesive, like,
I always forget I wrote Keira Knightley.
Standard. Well,
oh, you wrote Keira Knightley?
I wrote the main riff for it.
Yeah, like a really consistent, I guess it would be the right word, a consistent sound that we don't normally.
It's actually...
I think it was also like we were playing weekly, practicing weekly at nights on like a random Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I think there was something about just like the ritual of going to the rehearsal space every night and like playing together at the end of the day that I feel like kind of it like that sort of became the mood of the album. It's like an album you listen to at night after a long hard day and just kind of decompress. Like that's sort of where I felt like the vibe was coming from. Even though we recorded during the day. That's the craziest part. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking nuts.
Time is crazy, right?
Time is a flat circle. I think someone else said that.
So you talked about the riff in Keira Knightley. We're going to play that because I actually agree. That's kind of what stood out to me about this song. I love that banana now.
I like this is technically our slow song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys simply play pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that riff is just so. That's the part that sticks with me the most about this song. Is like, yeah, it like gets stuck in every time I listen to this record. Like that's what gets stuck in my head. The other thing that I really is like the vocal melody, how it just sort of like slides around over top of the track. Like it's so. It's like, yeah, it's almost like you just kind of want to like go like this when you're listening to it. Like it all fits together so perfectly. Like, what is this? Because Keira Knightley, obviously great actress, by the way, underappreciated, I would say. Like, what was sort of the inspiration for like naming it that? What's the story?
So we knew that best supporting that the album would be called Best Supporting Actress, and we always kind of go back and forth about song titles when we like, oh, which one is that again? Like we'll have to be like, oh, the one where it's like like, the song titles has always been kind of hard for us. So we were thinking about making every single song named after an actress.
That's cool.
And Keira Knightley was Keira Knightley, and all the other ones, like, we thought of better names for, but we couldn't think of a better one.
The only one I can remember is that Best Supporting Actress was originally called Renee Rapp. That's all I remember.
Who's, like, not an actress, but...
Who's now not acting. I remember that we chose Keira Knightley because the word Knightley is in the lyrics, and I was just like, Knightley, Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was going to be like a... Yeah.
But that was the plan, was it was going to be all actresses' names, and then we were like, why are we doing that? Who's that for? But we kept the title Best Supporting Actress because I think we all dug the title.
Yeah. What was because like that, to me at least, like we'll talk about the title of the whole record for a second, like, it sort of conjures this like, this mood of like, being second place, sort of, or like underappreciated. And I assume like, reading, you sent me some of the lyrics, that seems like, that's kind of like a theme of the record, and I assume like one of the reasons it's called Best Supporting Actress. Was this sort of inspired by things going on in your life, or where did the inspiration for that mood come from?
We thought it was a good Google search term.
Okay,
like for the album, that was my like argument for it.
So
SEO, I genuinely thought that SEO wise it would be like kind of fun, but I think it works thematically.
Oh no, for 100%. See, folks, art is boring.
Art can be so boring.
I also think so. Noah had sent me the like what inspired the lyrics to that song. I think you did you include Best Supporting Actress in that initial?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Draft.
Yeah. So I guess it all came from Noah then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I heard you guys talking about it, like when we first started getting together, and you're like, yeah, the next album's going to be Best Supporting Actress. And I'm like, that's such a cool way to dive into some really interesting themes when it's like you said, being second best, or not feeling you're getting your moment to shine, or getting your moment to, succeed. And I think that kind of inspired it a little bit. I think that song, more than the other ones, is more nail on the head in terms of like, what are the lyrics? Oh my God. It's like,
I'm not your little Miss Prodigy.
Miss Prodigy, with your recklessness and mediocrity, obviously Sophie made the lyrics the great things that they are, but like, I think that initial draft that we kind of worked on together was a lot of that. It was a lot of like, you think you're so great even though you're mediocre, and blah 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 blah.
You know what I also just realized was that And the Winner Is, which is the last track off that album, which is sort of like we kind of call it like not a departure, but it's definitely like a very clear like this is ending now sort of song, with a really complicated riff written by Jordan, and even the last minute lyrics that you came up with, that I feel like thematically work with the whole album, because that song that didn't have lyrics for years. That was an instrumental. And then I remember Sophie came in one day and was like, "Oh, I added lyrics to this," and it was just that one phrase, like I think maybe 4 times throughout the song, and I really felt like it tied the whole thing together.
Yeah, well, it starts out with dig ins, and that a lot of that is digging into yourself and digging into what the true issues are, and then you ended on I can't satisfy you. I've gone through this journey, so
yeah. Speaking of dig in, which I'm gonna play a snippet of in a second, like. Because I'm a decently big lyric person. Like I like to when I first listen to a record, I just kind of just listen to it just straight up. But I usually records that I really like, I like to go back and pull up the lyrics and read them. And I was sort of for this one, Sophie sent me some of them, and then I kind of was going through and really just focusing on listening to the lyrics. A lyric in Dig In really stuck with me. I bet you dug it when I screamed, "What a pretty little thing you got there." I don't know why, but that just so that it's what is that? I don't want to just ask what does it mean? But it's it's such a strong image. What was sort of well, I guess, yeah. What does it mean exactly?
I don't know if it means one specific thing, but the original. Again, Noah wrote the lyrics mostly to this one. I think I changed it to Dug It because the song is called Dig In, and I bet you dug it. I bet you got something out of when I screamed. It's supposed to mean I bet you felt like you were right when I screamed.
Yeah.
A haha told you so.
Right.
That's kind of what was
someone
in my head.
getting off on making you mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sure. We all know people like that.
Yeah. And then what a pretty little thing you got there, I think just means
what always came to me is that's the person who dug the screaming is saying what a pretty little thing you got there, referring to your reaction, your anger, oh, look at you, you're so angry over this stupid thing or something.
Yeah, I actually had been thinking about it the person who's screaming is saying that that the other person is so pretty and innocent. But that's what's cool about music.
Yeah, everyone can have See, I interpreted it to be about the Civil War.
Well, that's because of the slow zooms and the Ken Burns and all that stuff.
If you play it backwards, there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of
messaging. There's a lot of Civil War.
It's just Sophie saying the South was right over and over again.
Yes,
really. It's the Emancipation Proclamation.
But we mean South America. We think the Civil War is where North America and South America fought each other.
Yeah.
In the World Cup, they do.
Well, that song was interesting. I think I was just mumbling the lyrics over the riff part of it because it was a lot slower. There was a lot more dynamic in terms of going really quiet and then going really loud and then going really quiet and going really loud. But I think I sent that to Sophie, and she obviously worked her magic to make it more streamlined and an actual song, as opposed to me that was just in my bedroom I bet you dug it when I screamed.
I'd love to hear the demo.
The Dracula.
The demo was really good.
The Dracula remix.
No, the demo was a full ready to go song.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's that's the great thing about being in this band is you come up with something like that, and then you bring it to these guys and they make it 1,000 times better, and that's really rewarding. And this song really paid off too, because it's I think it's the song that most of the people we showed it to were this is
the single.
The single,
Because what was our original idea for the single going to be?
I think End It, right?
Right, yeah, it was going to be End It.
Yeah.
And then people were like, nah, it's Dig In, dude.
Dig In.
Dig In's a great
We
track.
changed the order of the album, too, because
yeah.
Dig In wasn't supposed to be the first track.
Mm-mm.
I think it works well for an intro.
I agree.
It sounds like of the song, I think you guys made the right what was supposed to be first, if you remember?
Jesus Christ, what was supposed to be first?
I honestly don't remember.
Was it Adapter?
Adapter, yeah.
Adapter?
No, End It was always I wanted End It to be the first one because I thought that was funny. but no one ever took that
that
idea seriously.
That is kind of funny, but
I don't remember. I'm so used to. Was it Adapter?
I think it was. I think we wanted to start with Adapter.
Yeah,
that would have been an okay one, but yeah, I think Dig In is like
it sets the tone.
Exactly.
It starts the story. Like I've been telling Sophie, I've been listening to a lot of more modern concept albums, like punk bands trying to do a concept album. You know, they're not making fucking Pink Floyd epic level shit, but it's still really interesting. And I think Sophie should write a concept album. I think it would be so fucking good.
I actually kind of thought this was like a semi-concept record.
Accidental concept album, but I want her to write an intentional like narrative.
Hell yeah, that would be sick.
I think it would be.
I love
so
concept
fucking sick.
albums.
Me too.
My Chemical Romance.
Mm-hmm.
Great band. I would say best rock band of all time.
Whoa.
Stand by it, 100%.
Honestly, I think that there are a lot of people who would stand behind you with that statement, and I think that's what's so beautiful about music is that there are like 1,000 bands that can be the best American.
Exactly. So yeah, I want to play because Dig In. You know, we talked a little bit about the thematic, but just like the sound of it is just fucking crazy. Like I gotta just play this end part. So yeah, like that. Do you remember? Like, how did you get the guitar tone?
We were going through my my amp, which has a like DI output.
Yeah, like a USB.
And then,
yeah.
And then the lead guitar player at the times had a what is it called?
Launchbox?
Maybe the white thing.
Or a preamp.
It was like a audio interface. It just went straight from the
amp
it
did?
audio
I thought he was using okay, yeah. And then I think we were just using our own pedals. But the trick was we just layered a ton of guitars.
Yeah.
That must have been like 8 tracks.
Oh wow.
With different like slightly different pedal settings and then we added a few like the ba-dum, ba-dum, that was the whole thing. There's some like tricky weird reverb settings in there that are if you listen closely you'll hear. So
what do you do to like, because I know we don't fully recreate that sound when we play it live, but what's your like trick for playing it live?
I don't really have it. I literally like don't, there's no difference except for the last half of that last chorus I hit my it's like a Memory Man Hazari pedal, so
cool.
it creates this like shoegazy sound. But when we play live, it does not sound nearly as good as that. It's a little emptier sounding live.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's very hard to recreate, with
we would need 8 guitar players to make it sound as good as that.
Yeah.
What are we, fucking Slipknot? All those people on stage? How do they pay for the hotels?
But to add some more depth, like Corey plays the chorus up an octave at the end and sometimes solos over it just to make it stand out a little bit more.
Yeah, I legitimately, this is I haven't put out my list yet, but this is probably going to make my top 10 albums of the year.
Wow, that's so nice.
It means the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. so fucking good. So definitely check these guys out. Impulse Bangs. I'm going to put all their links in the description. If you see them on a bill in LA, get out to a show before they blow up, and you can say that you can say that you saw them before they got big. What would be what's your dream gig? Is there like a venue or like a festival?
That's a good question.
Big tour, I think, would be the dream gig, right?
Yeah, tour would be cool.
Even if it was just going up fucking the West Coast.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be fun as hell.
I'm not like it is not my dream to like play at a huge amazing venue. I think I would like that would be awesome, but my goal is more just to put out really good music more than just like I would consider like this last album to be like a big achievement for us. I want to keep doing that. Like once a year would be cool. Like I don't want it to just be like a one-time thing or a once every couple year thing. I want to do it consistently. So that's my biggest goal. But it would be cool. It would be cool to play at bigger places, to get bigger crowds. You know, we're
like Wembley.
Yeah. We wanted to do O2, you know.
Yeah.
Even just like, you know, like
Sydney
in
Opera
Echo
House.
Park, there's like Echo Park Rising. It's this festival in LA once a year. It's like we've never played there, you know. Start small, get bigger. Like we really don't like I don't know how many Instagram followers, maybe like 400 something. Like we like aren't like
we're a word of mouth band.
Yeah, we're not big at all. Like it's tough out there.
We do it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think, you know, you guys certainly have the chops to, I think, you know, be as huge as, you know, you could imagine. You know, yeah, I mean, I think it just takes time, you know, and it's a long grind. But yeah, I mean, I think it's like a lot of it is luck, but it's just like I think you either have it or not, and I think you guys definitely have it. It's just, you know, it's just the time. It just takes time, and you know, I think eventually if you stick at it long enough, like, you know, you'll get a break, and you know, someone will say like, oh, I really, you know, I loved your set. I want you to play at like this bigger venue, and then it just kind of snowballs from there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thanks.
Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for being the first band guest on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. We got to see Noah eat a sardine.
Yeah.
We answered some uncomfortable questions. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. This is the Test Press. I will see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Cool.
That was fun.